welcome back to another episode of the How Long to Beat podcast, a podcast made by members of the community for members of the community. My name is Matt. I'm awake for 27 hours, so I apologize in advance if I'm loopy or nonsensical. But I'm with my probably much more awake co-hosts, Leah.
Hello.
And Roy.
I'm Frozen Roy, who also struggled to sleep last night and is living on caffeine and probably an hour and a half, 3 hours.
Vibes.
Hell yeah, brother. I got myself a healthy 10 p.m. cup of coffee over here. It's going to be fine.
I mean, that's the ideal time for a cup of coffee, right?
Yeah, totally. Healthy lifestyle. Diallo not with us right now. I want to believe he is having some really, really good beauty sleep because he deserves it.
He's got to get the extra sleep to make up for our lack of sleep, you know?
Yeah.
True that.
We all share 10 hours.
Yeah.
We share 10 hours and one brain cell.
There we go. In this episode, we will, as usual, talk about the games that we've beaten, retired, and played recently, and then move on in our discussion topic this time, which is going to be a retrospective, is a bit dramatic, a look back at the previous Itchmas season of December 2025. And we will, of course, end the episode with another round of the brand new, epic, flawless game of the collection game, the yet untitled collection game. Surely it will go much better than last time.
I mean, you've heard of Untitled Goose Game. We've got Untitled Collection Game.
Yeah. Hell yeah. But for now, let us talk about what we have beaten in the past couple weeks. I don't know. Anybody want to brag about a cool game they really liked?
That would require me to have one. I have games being, but I wouldn't say there was any I was bragging on really liking.
Oh no.
That's bad.
Yeah. But you know what?
I was excited for one of them.
I might as well use that as a lead-in to actually start us off anyway.
Honestly, yeah. There's one on your list that I'm seeing that I'm actually interested in too, so you go
I'm
ahead.
curious which one it actually is. But I'll just go in order.
It's the longest title. Yeah.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Mhm.
The first one I played was right at the end of the year. It was part of me finishing a few games right on the last day because I wanted to get to 35 games finished for silver for the How Long to Beat Games Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also one I purchased like right when I got my Switch. And I just hadn't gone to it yet. It's 7 Days to End with You, which is a game with a fun premise. Basically, you wake up with amnesia, and because you have amnesia, you can't understand any of the words that are being talked to you. So you need to use context clues by interacting with the other character who's helped save you, it seems, kind of thing, to be able to communicate with them and puzzle together the story, basically. Cipher replacement, context, that kind of understanding of stuff. It's the kind of game that requires you to think and makes me feel like an idiot, is how I kind of put it.
How do they represent the language barrier? Do they make up a nonsense language or something?
They use symbols. They use like not wingdings, but it's a similar kind of thing. And each symbol is correlating to a letter, basically.
That's cool. So that also means there's definitely real words behind it. Like you can figure out.
Oh yeah,
that.
You can figure it out. One awkward thing is it is translated from Japanese into English, and the cipher even in Japanese uses English. But it's also kind of clear that they didn't have a full grasp of English, so it is sometimes a bit odd in that regard. But and because of the nature of the game, the sentences tend to be very simple. You know what I mean? It tends to be more about getting to the point of it than an actual organic sentence. Sprite work is good in this game, by the way. I like it. It's well done. I would say this game started off strong with me, but it kind of fell off more and more as I played it. One reason being that... So the thing with this is that they won't let you leave the house you're in, so you're exploring basically the same environment the entire time. And because until you figure out how it's like substituting letters and stuff, you're just working on context, it's really easy to hit a wall where you've kind of explored everything and looked at everything, and you still don't know what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. And because time in this game only moves when you leave or enter a room, you can get stuck just staring at a page of all the words that you've seen and just looking at it trying to figure it out because you already have explored everything. Because you can, like, there's like a log you can look through, and it shows like all the sentences you've heard and all the words you've heard. So you can kind of look back at it. So it's kind of easy to hit a wall that you just are like, man, this kind of sucks. The other thing for me is like, I feel like that any way I can put this sounds meaner than I really mean it to be. But I'm not trying necessarily to be like harsh in this regard. But like once I saw like one or two aspects of the story, I could tell this was going for like the story / ending that I feel like sad indie game would just do by default, and that was absolutely what happened, is how I would put it.
Oh no.
So it just kind of felt like it wasn't really what I wanted when I figured out the story to an extent. I thought that it could have been more interesting. And especially since the game intros you by being like, how you interpret all this will change the story and all that. I was also I wish the game worked a bit more like a visual novel where there were different routes or ways you could take the story. But while there's different endings, the story is pretty cut and dry either way. And that's, you know what I mean, pretty defined. So to me that was a bit disappointing. It was good enough. I enjoyed my time overall. But I don't know, it didn't really hit the marks I was hoping for.
Cool concept, though.
It is. I would be really interested in other games like this because I've heard there's a few. And I mean, it's pretty short and pretty cheap if you're interested. It's like 2 hours maybe. Obviously, unless you replay the game to get different endings or understand things you didn't before, because it saves the words that you've believed the words are through playthroughs if you want to do it over and over.
Oh.
Like, if you go through the store and you're like, I didn't understand shit. I clearly didn't get these words right. You can try again.
You're right.
Like a roguelite. A language roguelite.
Language roguelite. The next one is an itch.io game. And it is, the servers are shutting down in 24 hours, but my pull rate's been set to 1.111 or 0.001 question mark exclamation point. I almost got
this
the numbers
is
wrong.
the one that I'm interested in. It's actually also kind of funny because I saw this recently and put it on my list for potential Itchmas nominations in the future.
Well, the person who made this game is one of my favorite itch.io makers, MPCKC. So it was on my front page because of that.
Oh, yeah.
They did
I get like the newsletter.
Yeah.
It's probably how I heard about it, yeah.
The thing I'll say with this game is that it's extremely short and extremely simple. It's the kind of thing where you could beat it while we were talking and not even have an issue.
My favorite.
I would say, like a lot of MPCKC's works, cute art style. The writing's good enough. I wouldn't say it's one of their stronger works because there's just it's so insubstantial compared to some of their other stuff, is how I'd put it. They always work on more of the shorter games, but I think like some of their shorter games are just feel more substantial, whether it's just by having a bit more interactivity or with the way the story is presented. I still enjoyed it, honestly. It was just it was a fun little time, but obviously the One Night Hot Springs is like the big game they made that I really enjoy, and that one's gonna stick in my head a lot more, kind of thing. And like Tomato Clinic was better, stuff like that. But just because it's not as good as their other stuff doesn't mean it wasn't enjoyable. It just it was very straight to the point, basic. I kind of wonder, because this game was released right when Fate Grand Order basically released their last stuff for their gacha. Because they're probably going to go into service, if that's what triggered this to get made. Which is kind of funny to imagine. I enjoyed it well enough. I would it could definitely be an Itchmas game. It's really short and simple to complete. So.
Oh, yeah.
And then continuing the itch.io specials is another game by MPCKC, which is Megami Breaker, which is also free. So this is basically just Breakout. It's Breakout clone.
Yeah.
I love Breakout.
Breakout's fun. The interesting thing
Yeah.
about this from an engine standpoint is that it's made in ren.py, which is for visual novels. So
Yeah.
Oh God.
but they've made it into a functional Breakout. I did encounter one or two glitches where the ball went through my paddle once or twice, but aside from that, it was just functional good Breakout. It also has
Is there actual direct control of the pedal and stuff?
yeah. You use arrow keys, moved left and right, physics, everything. It's just pure Breakout, which in a visual novel engine, I don't think even has physics installed in it.
Yeah. Wow.
So and it kind of has a cute / interesting story premise because the eyes are the window to the soul. So in this universe, glasses protect your inner turmoil while also kind of shielding yourself from the world. So it's a retreating thing. So I don't know, I don't remember specifically what you work for. You work for people who are breaking glasses so that their inner doubts can be brought to the forefront and solved, basically, which is kind of an interesting concept, amusing. Sound design was good. It's a cute game. The gameplay is just Breakout, and like I said, I did encounter a glitch or two, but I enjoyed it more than the gacha game, I would say. And the other thing is that this is an early version of the game. There's only about 4 or 5 levels, but they're hoping to expand it into a more full game. So I'm very interested if they do that. It's definitely one, especially if they added more, I would nominate for Itchmas later.
Yeah, I would probably vote for that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's short too, so easy to grab. That is all the games actually finished.
I'm wondering, looking at our notes, if Leah's games are also itch games, just judging from titles.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
there
I
you
guess
go.
maybe it's maybe it's a good continuation then.
Well,
If you
tis the
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first one I have that I beat was called Marathon. This is a fun one. This one's another Robert Yang game, so we're back at his nonsense. Basically, this one's about edging.
Oh,
Excuse me?
immediately with these wild concepts. God damn it. Okay. I'm interested. I'm listening.
The first edging-based video game.
Basically,
Possibly,
you
yeah.
just keep tapping the space bar to stay half-mast, basically. And while you're trying to stay in that zone, there's these tiny little, audience members come out and they start cheering for you.
Oh my god. The goon squad's here.
This sounds like a Mac game for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love to hear that.
So I forgot what my score was, but I didn't play it for very long, so I'm terrible at this. Yeah, I beat that one, I guess you could say. And then the next two technically are the same game. One is a tech demo and the other one is the full game, which apparently this is a German word, so I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah.
Zugzwang, something like that.
Zugzwang.
Zugzwang. Okay. Yeah, so this game you play a sex demon. This is also a Robert Ryan game.
Of course.
Yang game. You're a sex demon in a sex dungeon, and you basically have to go around making sure that people couple up and that you're able to, when they are done, you suction up all the fluids because that's how you win to go to the next level or whatever. So the actual full game has 6 or 7 levels, but eventually you start getting there's a SWAT guy who comes around and starts smacking all the couples. So you have to figure out how to get enough couples going, so get them away from the SWAT guy, and then make sure that you actually beat the level at the same time. So it's a short game, quick game, kind of a boring game, honestly, considering. But again, I'm trying to get through all of Robert Yang's games, so I'm
Yeah. Okay.
So
would you say it left you feeling edged?
And then the last one I have here is NEET Girl Date Night, which is probably the tamest of them. But this isn't a Robert Yang game. This is actually, I don't know, but this was probably a straggler from some Itchmas in the past or like some nomination. So this is just like a VN. Your main character guy or girl, I'm not sure actually. Is interested in this like basement dweller girl who I related a lot to. So it was kind of nice to be like, oh look, like I get to like a person like me gets to be the star of a romance novel.
Do you know what NEET stands for?
Yes, and it's basically me.
Okay.
I'm sure it's basically all of us.
No, I cannot claim that title, unfortunately. Not anymore. I used to be, though, for sure.
So yeah, it was fun, it was short, and apparently there's like different routes that you can play. But I was like, I just want to get to the one ending that I can get, and then I'll be done with it. So yeah, it was cute and it was short, and it was kind of nice because the girl, she part of the story is that she's like hacking your like PSP or whatever, and it just reminded me of like my like post college days where everything was just like hack your Wii, hack the DS, hack this, hack that, and I was like, oh, remember those days? Those were good times. So yeah, that's like probably one of the first ones. One of the things I want to do this year is I have so many games that I like download on my computer with like intention to play them, but like no motivation whatsoever. So like my hard drive is getting full of like all these games and I'm like, I should play them. They're gonna be quick, and then I don't. So that was one of the ones that I was like, all right, let me get through this. This is quick. Get this off of my PC. So you're gonna be seeing a lot more of these like short games that I'm like, I don't know where I got this from, but it was quick and I finished it and it's off my PC finally.
Sometimes that's just what you gotta go through, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need the space.
God, I know that. I only have like 40 some gigabytes left of like 1,000 or whatever.
Oh, it's real bad. I have a 4 terabyte drive and it's all filled
Jesus.
with games. I need to get through some of these games or
Yeah,
like retire them or
think
something. So I have like 300 gigabytes left and I was like, oh, I didn't think I was ever gonna actually get to like the point where I have to like
Go ahead, cool
figure
enough.
out what I'm gonna do with
yeah.
these. So yeah, this year is definitely gonna be a lot of culling of games. So yeah, that's my
culling.
beaten game so far.
That NEET Girl Date Night game was actually nominated for this Itchmas, but didn't win.
Yeah, I think they've nominated before too, because I had it before.
Yeah, might be true.
Matt, don't edge us by talking about those games still. What about yours?
Well, I hate this analogy right now, but I guess to have a segue, I also have a game that I was edged in. That's horrible. I hate this. Okay, so fucking hell.
I suppose it makes sense that cock wouldn't want to be edged.
Jesus Christ. It's a roach. It's a cockroach. That's my username. I really need to change that someday. So what I'm talking, like alluding to, like I'm putting Tokimeki Memorial Tyson Puzzle Dama in my beaten category. I'm considering it beaten. I talked about it last time. It's, falling block puzzle game based on the Japanese dating sim series Tokimeki Memorial. And I'm calling it beaten because I have gone through all 9 levels of the medium difficulty campaign, or whatever you want to call it, multiple times by now, getting the credit roll. The thing is, I'm never actually winning the final match of those 9 levels.
Oh.
So you still get the credit roll, but you don't get the good ending. And you don't get unlike every other level in this, you don't get a retry on the last one. So if you want to try it again, you have to do the whole thing again. And I played through it probably close to 10 times by now, trying to get that good ending where you, with your main character, like get with the main, cover art girl of Tokimeki Memorial. Shiori is her name, I believe. And I could not do it. Still a dope game, though the difficulty ranks up so quickly in those 9 levels. I always call level 6 the gate to hell. It's still manageable, but it's already like fucked up. And then level 7 and 8, which are coincidentally the only like male characters you play against, are like genuinely like Tetris Grandmaster level speed and aggressiveness, and it's just fucked up. I rarely actually won against them through proper skill, and plenty of times just won against them by pure luck. But I made it through them enough to get the credit roll. But I think I'm actually, at least for now, gonna give up on pursuing that good ending. I think I stressed myself enough with this. I think I got like 6 hours in this game. And that's enough for me right now. I might go back to it later, but it's beaten. Basic, regular, bad ending beaten.
So what makes the gates of hell so gates of hellish?
Those dudes are fucked up. Like I cannot compute their speed. It is crazy. I cannot even explain it any further. It is just crazy difficulty.
All right.
Which, I mean, one interesting thing about this, I talked a bit about this last time. Every character, because this is a versus puzzle game, you get garbage thrown at you from the other character, and every character has a different way of throwing garbage at you. And like level 8, the dude in level 8 throws the garbage in the most disruptive ways, in like spaced out columns that are genuinely the hardest to deal with, in my opinion, in the entire like campaign with all the other characters. And it's interesting, it's impressive. They figured out these different ways that genuinely have different ways of affect your board and how to deal with them. But it's also extremely frustrating because they have no regard for the player's like potential ability. Like I genuinely feel to get consistently through those 2 levels specifically, you're supposed to have an insane like skill level that I do not have.
Which feels funny considering what this game is like made for.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I feel like the whole genre of block falling puzzles genuinely likes to go hardcore. So it's not that surprising. And I guess it's niche enough that they don't need to care about like catering to a bigger audience or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. It's like an obscure Japanese only puzzle game.
I was mostly thinking because like who's playing Tokimeki Memorial, and then they're like the Tetris Grandmaster.
I mean, to be fair, the series was hugely popular over there, so it's not from all I know, it's pretty well known. Unlike over here, of course. So
Right.
the audience might be bigger there, for sure. Is definitely bigger there. Another game that I have previously mentioned that is now beaten is Parallel Experiment, which was the co-op puzzle game I played with my friends. And we played different games from this developer before, which was all smaller stuff. This was like a full-on, I believe, 8-hour experience. Well, oh no, I'm looking at my notes. It was 6 hours, which is still like a full meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to a co-op puzzle game. And I like I said last time, they have really clever ideas of how to bring, really clever, fresh ideas in the sense of asymmetric co-op puzzling, which is something I love, is something my friend loves, and this is a dev that we are continually gonna look out for with new releases. Gonna always recommend these games. And then I have 3 games that I did not mention before. These are completely fresh. I used my vacation days to run through these MFers. One of them being Rayman Origins, which I must have owned being on my backlog for over 10 years, for freaking sure.
Damn.
And the game is at this point 15 years old, and I was hyped. I remember I was hyped when it was coming out, even. I don't know what happened. I mean, I guess it's the usual backlog stuff, but yeah, it took me 15 years to get to this goddamn game that I was actually excited for. And I'm glad it's finally ticked off. Rayman Origins being, at the time, the long-awaited return of the Rayman series to its 2D platforming roots, especially after the Raving Rabbits freaking hijacked the entire franchise and ruined it with its minigame nonsense.
Fucking rabbits, man.
Yeah, frick them. At the time, it was a huge deal for this to actually come out. And I'm like glad it still held up after all of these years when like all the dust settled. It's not like that hot anymore and whatever. I gotta say though, considering that the original Rayman game is like one of the hardest, most unfair platformers out there, especially with its insane collectible requirements to beat the thing. I was a bit worried that this might pay homage to that a bit too much. But while there is similar mechanics in terms of the collectible requirements or whatever, it's like not nearly as much as that. It was a completely fine playthrough. It was a fairly challenging platformer, though I did also not do a lot of the optional stuff, which is probably much, much harder. This was just a really like quality platforming game in all sorts of ways. In the presentation, the game feel, it was just like good stuff, quality stuff. I had though like real post-traumatic panic worry or whatever. Like in the original Rayman, the music themed world is infamous for being where the shit hits the fan. And I remember playing that at some point in my life and being completely overwhelmed by it, as usually most people are. And when this game pulled out the first like music themed world, I was biting my nails, dog. I was really worried it's gonna be that same thing. But yeah, no, Rayman Origins is reining it in to actually give you a fair, proper challenge. And yeah, it's a good time. Really nothing more to say there.
Yeah, I mean, I've always heard really good things about this game, so not too surprised it turned out well.
Yeah, people love this. It's good stuff. It's also funny in some regards in the level design. There's like sections where it feels a bit like Celeste, and then later there are sections where it feels a bit like Super Meat Boy. It's kind of, I don't know, just kind of funny because they are both, big names in the platforming genre and whatnot. Yeah, that's that. Another platformer that is not as challenging is Kirby's Dream Land 3 on the Super Nintendo, which I played after many discussions about it with other people on the Discord, especially. There's some I want to jokingly call controversy about this, whether this is actually like the worst Kirby game of all time or not. Like, I'm being dramatic here, but I remember I've been in discussions about this a bit, which I found kind of like fascinating. And I gave it a try. Kirby's Dream Land 3 is fine. It's decent. Kirby platformer games are usually like chill, fairly easy games, and they like prioritize toy-like experimentation with all the abilities that Kirby can carry, and like puzzle focused exploration, maybe over actual platforming difficulty.
I'd agree.
And this one carries that one forward. Like there seem to be like divisive opinions whether or not this game actually provides the most interesting ability, mashing ability, exploration. I thought like it has both the classic Kirby abilities that you get from sucking up different enemies, as well as the companion system, which is in a couple Kirby games where you can like go and ride a couple friendly creatures and they like transform whatever ability you have to like specific things. And I actually thought they were neat.
Yeah, this is like the big game for that.
Yeah. And I thought they did a good job at like transforming these abilities, but I feel like it seems like that is not a super common opinion, especially in this game at least. I thought it was fine. It looks nice, as Kirby games usually do.
I mean, I will say, for people who like this game, and there's a lot of people who like this because it makes like a little dark matter trilogy. A lot of people do tend to like the companions, because just as a quick like aside thing, like I'd say the key thing for this game is that like first you had the original Kirby's Adventure and the first Kirby's Dream Land, which were like the Sakurai games at the start. Then you had this Dark Matter trilogy, which were not by Sakurai, which had a very different style, which is Dreamland 2, Dreamland 3, and Kirby 64. And then after kind of nothing for a generation, you had another thing come in with Return to Dreamland. So one thing is that there's kind of like a bunch of different, like Superstar was Sakurai too, but there's like I'd say part of the reason there's a big divide between the people like the Kirby Superstar style and the Kirby's Dreamland 3 style, because they came out around the same time and are rather different.
Okay, yeah. This was only the I want to say fourth Kirby game that I played. Well, most of them were older. Like I only played retro Kirby games. The newest one I played was Kirby 64. So all I had to compare with this was 64 on the Game Boy and on the NES. And in comparison to that, I felt like this was a pretty natural like development for the series, and I thought it was having a couple of good ideas. There's also I really liked the collectible system in this, even though I did not actually go for it because I don't have the time anymore. But it's like a thing that if I was a child, I would love it. There's the so-called heart star in every single level, and collecting these is also a requirement to get like the good ending with the special boss fight and whatever. I did not fucking do that. But the heart star is acquired by helping a specific NPC character in each level, which you have to like find. Sometimes they are harder to find than others. And these people, like, maybe there's a puzzle attached to them. Maybe they need help that requires you to have a specific power. Maybe they have like a little mini game going on. There's each one is completely different. And it's a huge bit of variety, and it really encourages like exploration throughout these levels. And I actually loved that concept. A lot of the ones that I did happen to find in my casual playthrough were actually pretty cute. I remember one of them was like cleaning up their little cave home, and you were just, without any further hints, supposed to have the sweeping ability and use it to help clean the little cave home from like dust particles and whatever. It's just cute shit like that. I loved it.
Cute shit like that does in fact rule.
Yeah. I could see how this might be annoying if you feel pressured to do a like full like completion with good ending and all. I did not feel that pressure, so to me it was just like a neat concept that I engaged with as much as I wanted to and moved on. But genuinely, as if I was a kid playing this and had all the free time in the world, I could totally see myself really digging into each level to find each of these little critters to help out. It's a cool thing actually. But yeah. Overall, Kirby's Dream Land 3, I think it's fine. It's not like amazing. I don't know if I would put it above the Kirby games I played before, but it's totally decent. I don't really have any gripes with it.
I mean, Kirby 64 does rule.
Yeah, I think that's generally like considered the peak. I feel I definitely love Kirby 64.
I wouldn't say it's considered the peak, but I think the people like Kirby 64 really like it, is how I'd put it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think most people would say the peak is like Superstar, Forgotten Land, Planet Robobot, something like that.
Yeah, maybe like peak in the true like full-on retro days or something. But yeah, that's Kirby for now. Shockingly, I played another Nintendo game. I know, hard to believe, but I briefly revisited Mario Kart Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance. Again, after some, we had a this is unbelievable, but we had a shocking, rare, How Long to Beat Discord server voice channel situation going on, and people were actually like doing stuff and playing games with each other. It was pretty epic. And people played Mario Kart, and people got talking about Mario Kart again, and this made me curious to revisit this one from my childhood, which is a bit of an outlier. I think a bit of a black sheep in the series, regarded as such by most, I believe. Mario Kart Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advance, as you would expect with that weird handheld limitation, is gonna feel much different than other games. Plus, it is it came out after Nintendo 64, but it plays very much like the original Super Mario Kart, which has a specific strain of like driving physics that a lot of people just don't like because it's kinda like floaty, I wanna say. It's a bit odd. I feel like it really needs a bit more time to get used to than other Mario Kart games. But I like it. There's huge nostalgia, of course, because this was genuinely one of those games that I spent like days and weeks and months in grinding out every single bit. I have this like marked down from back in the day as like a 100% completion because I truly did everything there was to do in this game as a kid, aside from the insane developer ghost times. I'm gonna just ignore that. But other than that, I remember doing everything in this. I remember exchanging ghost files to play against with my friends and shit. Like this was dope thing. And I used to defend this for years against the haters.
Oh man, the hater.
Yeah, those dirty Super Circuit haters. Revisiting this now, I honestly expected it to fall off. I did not like expect it at all to hold up to my nostalgia. I knew this was a flawed game and a weird one. But at the same time, it actually kind of held up decently enough that I still call it like it's not a bad game. It still plays good enough. It has some interesting mechanics actually that other Mario Kart games don't have that I would like to see. Like in this game, and I'm really not sure if there's any other Mario Kart game where you can do this. You can place even red shells behind you in like a mine fashion, and they activate when another character like drives past and shit. And it's actually really cool. Yeah, you can even do that with the blue shell apparently, which is really strange. But yeah, like it's weird, it's odd, it's quirky. It has a really cool aesthetic. There's a lot of tracks that I just like on visual concept alone. Most of which got remade in modern Mario Kart games at this point, but I feel like a lot of them, from what I heard, aren't like regarded as good remakes, which is a bit of a bummer. But yeah, I don't know. It's a neat game. It was a fun 90 minutes little revisit and completion, and don't really need much more of this. Yeah, that's all my beaten games. Let us move on. And I'm seeing something on the notes here that I actually love to see in this category. Leah, please tell me about you have finally gotten rid of Funko Fusion.
For now.
Yeah.
For now. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically I finally gave up on this one. I'm not deleting it from my PS5 just yet, but I'm not gonna actively work on it anymore. Because I played some of it with my dad over the holidays, and even he was just like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, we played the first 2 levels of The Thing, and like he's seen the movie, he knows, and I was like, I know he's seen Scott Pilgrim, but I was like, let me go to a movie that I know that you understand, so that way he can see, like, even from from my perspective of Scott Pilgrim, knowing that movie like back to front, I still couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do in the levels. So I was like, so he was playing through it and he was just like, I don't understand. I was like, I'm glad that it's not just me. Like, I mean, obviously it got reviewed to hell when it came out, and lots of people have said that it's been bad. So it was just like, just so you know, it's not just me being like, whatever. Because he thought it looked pretty cool because like we've played tons of Lego games over the years. So he was just like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. Like it has different people. That's cool. And I was like, no, you have to see just how bad this game is. So
you need to understand.
Yeah, I've got more fun games and more better games on my backlog to get through. So like if ever I hit like a dry spell of PlayStation games, I'll come back to this. But for now, that's the end of that.
It's gonna be sad days.
Yeah. Although I was looking at my time on how long to beat. Apparently, I've spent 5 hours in that game so far. So I think it's worth retiring at this.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we all agree.
The next one on here is the Falconeer, which is the one that Matt gave me for the Secret Santa. But
Oh no.
like I've tried this. I've tried multiple times to play this, but like they kind of just throw you into it. Um, uh, like it starts off and they give you like a basic like those are the bad guys, we're the good guys. The end, shoot them down, whatever. But then they like after the tutorial mission or whatever, they just give you like the full map, and it's just like you're just supposed to fly around and like pick up missions from different places. And I was like, I don't know enough of where I'm going. The Falcon flies so slowly, even what like the dash attack or whatever. And I was like, you can't see the full map. You just have like the little compass to like navigate through and like a tiny little mini map so you can see just how far away from things you are. But I was like, if I can't see the full map, I don't know where I'm going. And you just like takes
Yeah.
so long to like get anywhere just from flying. So I was like, if I don't know where I'm going, I'm not just gonna go off in this direction hoping to get to an island. Like, tell me where I'm going. So it was just kind of like pointless after a while. I think I've got like 2 hours into it, and I was just like, I don't even know why I'm still doing this. So it's just like
Sad. Do it
not the
for the
sort of
bird.
yeah. Well, I was trying, but yeah, it's like and also like it's hard for me to understand when I finished a mission because like sometimes it's like the people are coming at you. I'm like, okay, start shooting at the other enemies or whatever. And then like halfway through, they're just like, oh, something else is happening. I'm like, did we finish that? Or is this still the same mission? I'm not really sure. So it's just not really the game for me, honestly. So I'm still kind of like, but birds, I should enjoy this game. So
Yeah.
like it's probably paused for now until like I give up and uninstall it from my computer. So, there's that, and then there's I guess this is pronounced
Oh,
Cat, which is another itch game. Um, I
A
played it
favorite
for
of
a
mine.
few minutes, but it's also has the same issue as the Falconeer, where like I can't see the full map. So I was like, I don't know where I'm going. So like I
Oh
understand
my
like
god.
you can fly around, like you can swim to different islands or whatever, but I couldn't get to like this one island, and I was just like, I don't know where else I'm supposed to go. Went all the way back to the beginning, tried it again, did it again, and yeah. So I was just like, I don't really care. So um retire that one.
Breaking my heart double. Yeah. Oh my god.
And then Wingspan is one that
Oh,
I
here comes the third
really
one.
also wanted to appreciate. But the tutorial alone, there's multiple tutorials. There's a tutorial for the base game, and then there's tutorials for like all of the DLCs, and there's like 3 DLCs for this, or expansions, I guess, because it's a board game. The tutorial alone took me 2 hours to get through every single thing that they have to tell you in this board game. So, like, I don't really have a lot of patience when it comes to like these new board games where just like it's basically just expanded Dungeons and Dragons where it's just like so many little things to like take care of and manage on the board where I'm just like, "Oh my god, I don't know what's going on anymore." Like you have to like you play cards, you have to like manage the food that you have for the birds, you have to manage their eggs, you have to use the eggs to get some other food sometimes, swap out things to play another bird. Birds have different habitats that you have to like play them in. And I was like, I understand all the actions, and I played a bunch of games like and won them, but I was just like, I'm just doing the actions they told me to do. I have no idea what this has to do with wit. Like I know there's different rounds. There's 4 rounds, and then you get like 7 turns, 6 turns, 5, whatever in each round, which was also confusing. I was like, I don't know why rounds and turns are like 2 different things. But it was a fun game. But like again, like I know nothing about the strategy or anything. They just tell you what to do and not like how to strategize against the player because you can't see the other players' board unless you click on their thing and then it takes you to their habitats or whatever.
Oh.
So So it was like, I can't even see what they're doing. It just tells them like, you've just laid 4 eggs. I just played a bird. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. I have to go look at their board to find out. So like,
Sounds like
I
a
guess
mess,
as you play
honestly.
it, it sounds like it's a fun game. I'm sure like you learn a lot about birds and their habitat and like the wingspan comes. I was waiting for them to explain wingspan altogether because each card has like how long their wingspan is on each of the birds, and they're like, "We'll get to that later," and they never discussed it in the tutorial.
God damn
The
it.
board strategy.
I realized that like after I quit and I was like washing the dishes later on, and I was like, "Wait, what's to do with the name of the
You gotta
game?"
go back.
So, like what? So I will like I've paused it for now and I was like, well, we'll get back to that or whatever. But like it seems like a cool game. Like if you own the board game or like you have friends that have
Mm.
the digital version to play with people, especially like if you have birder friends or whatever, I can totally see that being a thing. And it seems fun, but I was just like, this is not a game that I'm going to play against the AI just for kicks, like I would for like Magic. Like this actually was, I just wanted to just go back to Arena and play Arena because that made more sense to me. So
it's like I kind of get like I haven't played this yet, but this has been on my radar for a long time. It is like an award-winning like board game and all that stuff,
yeah,
and it looks
yeah,
great with all the birds. But I have to admit, I have looked at the screenshots before, trying to start this and being like overwhelmed by all the little bits and stuff on the
yeah,
board and
yeah,
whatever. I gotta say, though, a part of me, like, I saw you boot that up at some point on Steam,
yeah,
and I was like, okay, cool. Maybe we can play this together. This would be actually pretty dope
yeah,
to have somebody else on this. But I
yeah.
guess that's not happening now.
No, I mean,
Not
I
sound
will
like it.
I haven't uninstalled it for that
Oh,
exact reason where I
Okay.
was just like, Matt may be interested in this, so I was like, I will keep
Yeah,
this
yeah.
around just in case he wants to look at this, but like,
I definitely
try
do.
the tutorial and see. We're all angry at birds today.
Your real life bros are planning the riots that you deserve for this heresy.
Hey,
Yeah, this is a game I hope I can get into. So I hope I can
yeah,
get through a tutorial.
yeah, just take it very slowly because I just had to take it in chunks because I was just like, all right, let's do some of the tutorial now and then go through because yeah, it takes a while,
Yeah.
but I'm sure, like, over time, you'll understand more about the game and be like, "Oh, that's why
Yeah.
that happens, that's why that happens, okay." But I was just kind of like, I need more eggs. Eggs are gonna do good because I have this thing. I need more food. Why? Because I should have food." Like, so, yeah. So, I didn't hate it as much as I kind of assumed that I was not going to like it whatsoever. So, I was
Mm.
like, "Oh, this is creative enough," and like you said, it's, like, award-winning, so, like something is there that I'm just not getting at yet. But again, I think that's probably it's just one of those things where it's not my type of game because I'm not in that space to like understand board games. Like I'm used to just like you spin a dial and you
Yeah.
move on a board in the end.
I hate that.
So yeah, I was like, I'm not used to playing like Risk or strategy where it's just like you've got to manage your troops and manage this and manage that, and it's like, oh my god. But
Fair.
I will give it a more of a chance later on. And then the last thing I have here is Super Bernie World, which is another itch straggler that I have here. Um, but like this one, I retired this one just because the controls are weird. And I kept accidentally dying because the way that they have things set up, you have like on your keyboard, X is to jump, J and L are to move like left and right, and then jump is
Oh
K.
boy.
So like I was like,
jump is
none of these are
K?
where. Yeah.
Innovative.
Who the fuck
So
puts jump on K?
so it was like so strange where it was just like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like I don't understand. So like a lot of times I would go to jump and I would just run into the Goomba or whatever, and I was like, all right, I give up. Like I made it to the level 3, and then I was like, I was like, there's no point in me playing this more if I can't pass the most basic of Mario levels. And I attempted it, and now I can uninstall it. That's my retired games.
I guess this is why Bernie failed at the elections.
Yeah.
Damn, if only Bernie had a better control scheme. Would have
Yeah.
been sweet.
Yeah. No.
Oh, I guess that's it.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, Roy doesn't retire things.
Spotlight on Matt.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with two games that I honestly just forgot to mention in the previous episodes. One of them being the Pigeon Simulator game that was a previous co-op game with my friend, which is a very casual, kind of endless, like roguelite kind of deal. I talked about this in previous episodes. We spent lots of time with this. It was time to move on to other things, which we did, and that's really all about this. Another game that I played during the holiday season and just forgot to mention in the last episode is a thing called Christmas Carnage, aka Xmas Carnage, by Soft Enterprises. I feel like calling the developer out is important because there's probably lots of little weird games with that title. This is a 90s Windows game that by German developers that aims to marry Doom with Christmas. You are like the Easter Bunny going around in like a boomer shooter scenario and just shooting snowmen and elves and whatnot. Probably trying to kill the Santa Claus at the end or whatever. Could not like bear it for more than an hour. It was fucked up. It's just like so ugly and obnoxious, and like a lot of the early levels at least are so barren and difficult to navigate because everything looks the same. It's a really grimy feel as well. It's like supposed to be like edgy and funny with like snowman bleeding when you shoot them and whatever, and like all of that funny business, like unnecessary amount of gore. It's very juvenile, but it just felt so weird, just really grimy in a way, and I did not care to finish it. All the time that I put into this was purely for morbid curiosity. Not going back to that one. The third game is like another weird oddity. This has the amazing title of Wasp Nest Simulation.
Yeah, I gotta say, why would you download Wasp Nest Simulation?
Listen, I mean, I'm a bug guy. I love bugs and I love wasps. Wasps are dope and underrated, and they get a bad rap. And so when I saw, here's the thing though with this game, I downloaded this probably half a decade ago on a previous phone, and it just like got buried in like folders and then like moved to a newer phone with all the other files and whatnot. I think I stumbled over this when I was like many years ago looking for weird mobile games to make videos about for my YouTube at the time, which I'm not even like doing anymore. And this was just like a weird leftover that carried from phone to phone without me ever deleting it. This thing doesn't even exist in the Play Store anymore. It doesn't have a page. This also, the developer is called HKS Dev, just to like, pinpoint what the fuck I'm talking about here. Wasp Nest Simulation. It's an oddity. It's a weird, shitty ass third person 3D mobile game where you are able to play as a wasp and you are supposed to go out into this insanely janky, somewhat open world environment to gather food for your little larvae, so you can like grow your hive to bigger numbers. But there's also no real goal or incentive. It just things just happen for some reason. It's like not even near anything that you might call a finished game or whatever. It's the sort of vibe that you would like maybe see on like an abandoned itch game or whatever, like, but without ever any like proper passion put into it. Really like graphically mismatched UI layout and style and whatnot. The just a mess. It's weird though because there seem like the game at some point like advertises some pretty nifty concepts. like actually being able to like create pheromone trails to like you know move your fellow wasps to points of interest and whatnot. And like even boasts the ability of playing as different kinds of wasps in the hierarchy, but all of that is like pipe dreams. None of this is like has actually any bearing on any gameplay. None of that has any like proper effect. And again, there's no actual thing to strive for in this game. It's just an unfinished, weird, interactive mess. But you can still, it still is like infested with ads. You can still pay to get rid of ads. You can still, or at least there used to be an option to pay to get rid of ads, as well as options to pay for like some premium gameplay mechanics or whatever. Although, because this game does not exist on the Play Store anymore, and it's just an ancient relic on my phone, none of those links work anymore. I cannot even give this money if I tried.
Savage.
And it's just, yeah, it's just like this is a piece of software that has no reason to be like discussed by any human being at all, and here I am talking about it. But
I
isn't
mean,
that
there's no
beautiful?
guarantee you're a human being. You're a cockroach.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair, actually. I still spent like 45 minutes in this, like kind of roaming around the stupid ass, empty ass, janky ass sort of open world and just seeing what the fuck the developer placed in there. And like I did find like an ant colony. I did find like random spiders and like a scorpion, and I was able to kill them with the massively broken combat abilities. But that's it. That's all I accomplished in this thing. Like, according to the menu, there's more creatures somewhere in the world. Could not find any. It's a very, very empty shithole of a world. And that's that. I was like really curious what the fuck happened to this developer, and I kind of like went down a rabbit hole figuring out where they are now and what happened to this game. And I found out like they put out the same exact games, just switching out the bug. So there's this wasp nest simulation, but there's also like a spider nest simulation, which is the exact same thing, just with the model switched. And like an ant nest simulation, again, same exact thing, just the model switched. And they just did that with like a million different bugs at the time. All of them taken down. The only one that's still on the Steam store. The only one that's still on the Google Play Store is, I think, the ant nest simulation, and it's still the same janky, broken nonsense that this wasp nest thing is. So, bottom line, this is garbage that I spent more time with than I should. But I don't know. This has somehow survived on my phone for so many years. I had to kind of like get to a conclusion with this, and here that is. It is barely a game. I'm getting rid of it, and that's my retirement.
I feel like wasp, ants, and spiders have wildly different nests. So,
yes, I don't
like,
see the
I don't
similarity.
It's like
They
one
just
flies, one crawls, and the other one, I guess, also crawls, but it can swing. So, like, how?
Yeah, it was clearly just like a half-ass cash grab where they were putting like new skins on the same skeleton and hoping somebody pays money for it for some reason. But yeah, it's not.
Well,
It's
I
nothing.
guess it
It's
worked for a while.
nothing.
If they really wanted to
Yeah.
get the vibe, they should have made it so that instead of paying to remove ads, you pay to add more ads to the game.
Jesus Christ. I wonder though, like how, because the ads themselves still worked, but the payment systems didn't. So how is there like, and it's not in the store anymore. Is there even any proper, like, where are the ads coming from? Is the developer still getting money from me watching those ads when the game doesn't actually officially exist? I'm really confused about that whole
My
system.
first thought would be that they got paid to put the ads in the game. They coded those ads in, and they just coded an on-off toggle. And now, since you can't
Yeah.
pay, it just stays on with these same ads that were there for an eternity. Well, you know what?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know if this would be worth it for obvious reasons. But hear me out. If you could find like an
Yeah.
old LP or something of this game somehow, you could see if they had the same ads that you did nowadays. Because if it's the same ads, it's probably just like I said. And if not, then probably they're still getting paid, I guess.
I did feel like the ads were actually like timely, like current, but I might be wrong about that. There is very little footage of it on YouTube. Sorry?
You could go look at you. I assume you put this on YouTube. You could see what ads you got. See if they're truly recent.
Yeah, I could do that, yeah.
I'm looking at some gameplay now on YouTube, and I don't see any ads on this.
Maybe
I assume
they paid
they
for
mostly
it.
paid to remove
Those lucky bastards. I mean, I would have too. It's such a like weird, obscure nonsense thing. I would have probably paid the money just to be able to explore this bullshit without
What's the
ad
most money
shit
you would pay
and
to remove the ads from Wasp Nest Simulator?
I'm not sure if it was $3 or $5, but I would probably do it. But also because that money also unlocks like the more advanced mechanics that it like proposed.
So you can't even
And I
play
would
the
have
full
just liked
thing.
to see.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. No, I think even if you buy everything, that's not even a full anything. Like it's just a nonsense mess. It's nothing there.
If you buy everything, it's not even a full anything.
Just somebody throwing assets together with like basic interaction modes and shit. Like it's
Yeah.
Pre alpha of anything.
And
but that
for
let's
me,
move.
I don't have anything retired paused, but I'm just going to quickly use this moment to say I've been trying to finish Hatsune Miku Bomb Squad in the background while people are playing, and level 23 has been kicking my ass.
I don't know if I could play that game with some stupid German yapping about Wasp Nest simulation.
I mean,
that seems like
that just means
I
gotta lock in, you know. I mean, especially me. I've said before, I have a very big fear of bees, so it's just like now it's time to lock in, or the bees are gonna get me with this bee bomb.
Oh my fucking god! But I got bad news for you, though. As we're moving into the playing section, I would actually propose you to begin this one.
I mean, I can start, and also I don't have much to say, assuming I didn't just forget a game, which I don't think I did. So Wordle is Wordle. Streak is still going. You know, it is what it is.
Thank
there.
God.
Tabletop Simulator, kind of the same thing. Doing my Curoscape custom stuff and all that jazz. There's nothing really new to say there. So the only thing I have anything extended to talk about is I believe I talked about playing this slightly last time, but Pokemon Blue, which I'm just continuing the Nuzlocke that I had restarted last episode and played for like 5 minutes. And like to give you an idea of why I don't put games on the retired pause segment so much, or at least especially because I don't intentionally pause a lot of stuff. This Nuzlocke technically started in 2021. I played it for like 3 days.
Oh my god.
Completely just decided to go do something else. Then got bored and just continued it like 2 weeks ago. And now I'm almost done. So it's like sometimes I just do shit like that. But
never truly retired. Just on ice for 4 or 5 years now.
You would be shocked how many of these random games I've played that if I look back, I started some of them like 3 or 4 years ago and just stopped.
My god.
But you know, I am pretty close to the end of the game. I was originally going to finish it for the episode, and then real life got in the way, and I decided to do a bunch of Itchmas games instead because it was the topic of the episode, and I figured that would be better than completing one Pokemon Blue.
Yeah.
I've lost a few Pokemon to like random crits and stuff, which was unfortunate because like 2 or 3 times I went to train a Pokemon, taught it a TM, died to a crit, started over. But
oh my fucking god.
In terms of gym leaders, I only have like Sabrina left. Do I even have anyone who isn't Sabrina? I mean Giovanni, obviously, because you can't beat Giovanni until after Sabrina.
Right.
But I think it's just Giovanni
Is Sabrina
and Sabrina
psychic?
Sabrina's psychic, yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that shit.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be using Blastoise with Withdraw for the badge boost glitch and Strength, but I have other options.
God. That was a proper nerd sentence right there. I'm very proud of you.
It's the badge boost glitch, baby. Everybody knows that.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. God damn.
You want to know? Because I'm going to tell you even if you say no.
Sure.
So, in the first 2 Pokemon generations, I think it stopped with 3. When you get a badge, it gives you a in-game boost to your stats of 12.5%.
Oh.
In red, blue, and yellow, because it is red, blue, and yellow, it is fucked up, and whenever you change your stats, it reapplies the badge boost to all your stats again for the battle, even if it's unrelated to what you're boosting.
Huh?
So, like, I have a 12.5% boost to my special, right?
Yeah.
I use Withdraw to increase my defense. And then the game is like, hey, you should get a badge boost. So it adds another 12.5% to my special.
Jesus Christ. I know these games were buggy, but I'd never even heard of that one.
I mostly know it because I watch like J Rose 11 and Scott's Thoughts and stuff, who are like Pokemon, not speedrunners necessarily, but like they do solo challenges and stuff. And needless to say, it's very useful for multiple Pokemon to abuse the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Especially because even when most glitches are banned, most people go with this glitch, because it also happens when your opponent changes your stats. So otherwise you'd have to reset every time you got like tail whipped. So nobody's doing that shit. But I've got backups too. My team's looking pretty solid. Right now, so the thing is also, I have Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2 set up. So I actually did trading my Pokemon back and forth to evolve them. Because rarely kind of do that kind of thing. So I've got Machamp, Gengar, Alakazam, Blastoise. Oh crap! What was the 5th one? Now my brain is freezing.
Probably Pikachu, right?
No, I don't have one. Also, I don't think I'd use it.
Good.
Oh, Jolteon! That's what it was, Jolteon.
Oh, hell yeah. Cool.
I love me some Jolteon. And then I'll probably train like a Dratini or something. I don't know. But that's looking pretty solid. I feel pretty confident that by the time we have the next episode, this will be in the bean category because I'll just spend one night just finishing it or whatever.
Or maybe it's gonna be dormant for another 6 years.
You never know. I might, because I mean, one thing is that I'm not going to go into this much because it's not relevant, but it is somewhat relevant. Because I like all Undertale so much, I really wanted to play Deltarune since the first 4 chapters came out.
Yeah.
Like fully. I couldn't afford it. My friend who played Deltarune and was really into it gifted me it at the end of the year. So that's kind of like my next big thing I'm hoping to get to. But if I get really antsy, I could always start it before I finish Pokemon. You never know.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And then in 2029, I'll be like, hey, remember that Pokemon Blue Nuzlocke? When we were like a year into the podcast? And you'd be like, motherfucker, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I believe that is everything I've been playing.
So you remember something else.
Yeah, and if I do, I'll make sure to interrupt and say it.
As you should.
All right, should I go next?
Yeah. Sure, I am going to try to see if I can finish Hatsune Miku Bomb Squad before it comes up in Itch.
Oh my
God. Level 23 is hard.
So, what I've been playing is Myrtle and Wordle. Hasn't changed yet. So I don't really have much to say there. God of War and Professor Layton, also not much to say because I haven't had much time for them. So I've played like 30 minutes of each since the last episode, but now that the holidays are over, I should have more time. So hopefully by the next podcast, I will have completed both of them, and I'll have more to say then.
That's right, folks. This podcast is all about what you can hear next episode.
Yeah.
This is the preview for the next episode. Elder Scrolls Online and Red Dead Online. Also still on my playing list. That's why we're talking about them now. Reminding myself how to play ESO because I haven't played ESO in so long. So just like trying to get back into doing quests and remembering where all the keys are on the keyboard. But in RDO, the snow is gone now. So I will probably hang that up for the next year. But I do want to play a little bit more because now I have a little bit more incentive because the last time we played, I noticed all my friends are like level 200 or something, and I'm like level 65. I need to catch up, even though there's no real incentive to because the game is pretty much dead in the water. But like, just to feel a little bit better when I like log in and everyone else is so much more higher level than I am. So I'll probably do a few more solo missions on that one before I hang it up for the year. Next is Balatro, which is the game of the month currently.
Yeah.
I was curious about it, so I will say that I got it I got it in anticipation of refunding it after 2 days of playing it or whatever. Just because I wasn't sure how much I was going to enjoy it, and I was like, I want my $10 back. But I enjoyed it for like 2 hours, so much so that I was like, I'm okay with it losing this $10 if I don't play this for the next 3 days or whatever. So
Yeah.
I was enjoying it for those first 2 hours, and then I started losing every single game after that. So if anything, this will give me incentive to learn like poker hands, which I've never really had an incentive to do before. But this also kind of reminds me of Tricky Bridge, where like it's some card game that I've always wanted to kind of learn, but I never really had a reason to. So just with like the added bonus of it being like a solo run of this. So we'll see where this goes. Like somebody said in the Discord, like I'm really bad at poker and I'm really bad at numbers, but like they said, like number go up when you're playing. So like you can figure out what's the best play to do, and then just play that, and then just wait for your next turn. So so that's so far it's not as addicting to me as other people have said, which is the other reason I was a little hesitant to play it, because I was like, what if I just play this for 4 years straight? But I was kind of just like, okay, it's a card game. Close the app, go do something else. So we'll see where that lands.
I gotta agree.
We'll see where that lands the next.
As addictive as people were saying.
Yeah.
What do they know?
Then my last one is actually not my last one. Animal Crossing New Horizons. There's a new update coming out soon, so I wanted to focus on getting my island back into shape because Leaf doesn't do anything on this island when I ask him to. Like, he's supposed to clean up all the weeds when you're not there, and then for some reason every time I ask him, he's just like, I don't see any weeds on the island, and I go and I clean up all the weeds by myself, and there's like 48 weeds. So I was like, I don't know what you're looking at, but clearly there were. So I have a lot of cleanup to do on my island to see what the new update's going to be now that like they're actually giving us
what they say.
Update.
All toasters toast.
The weed is in the eye of the beholder, and that as well. Yeah. So maybe what you see as weed is a beautiful flower to them.
I mean, they are very pretty. I have a very specific area. Like my island is pretty rustic. Like I don't go crazy like some people have like all those like custom paths and whatever like that. Like I did no terraforming whatsoever. The only thing I did was like make the rivers a little smaller just so I can be able to jump over them, so I didn't have to pay for a bridge. So like basically the island is pretty natural as it is. Like I didn't do a lot of like I didn't go hard on my island, whatever. Sometimes people like actually show up on my island. They're like, "Oh, what else are you gonna do to it?" And I'm like, "Nothing. This is how it's gonna look." I'm done with this game. So yeah, we'll see. That new update is coming sometime this month. So that's that. And the last thing, which was a very late edition this morning, I found a new Wordle clone called Birdle. And basically
That instantly
basically
interested.
yeah. So somebody posted this on Reddit this morning that I saw, that basically it's like a very pixelated picture of a bird, and like you just keep tapping it until like you can guess what bird it is. So
I cannot even name them with the highest HD picture most of the time. Fuck.
Gotta
that's
get
the
your
thing.
bird
Like
knowledge
I
up,
was
my man.
worried. I was
Yeah.
worried that it was gonna be like super specific. Like specifically, like today's, I was like, oh, I know what type of bird that is, but I don't know the specific breed this is. But then it took like, I'm not gonna say what it was today, but like it was just like, oh, I'm thinking like, could it be a Eurasian sparrow or a house sparrow? And it's like, no, it just takes sparrow. So I was like, all right, cool. As long as we're gonna just take like the
that
bare
makes
minimum
sense.
here, I'll be able to.
If
Yeah.
it had to be really specific, I think most people would not play it.
Right. So that was fun. And yeah, that's probably gonna get added onto my tabs of daily games to play. But that's the last most current game that I've been playing today.
Dope as heck. Yeah, I'm probably gonna give Birdle a look as well. I wouldn't mind actually learning some of these names. For me, they're all just friends. So, anyway, going from birds to their mortal enemy or favorite food, whatever you want to call it. One of my games that I've played is Worms Reloaded. But we just using this for the segue. There's nothing weird to say. I played like a couple casual rounds with previous podcast host Abatage in that thing, and that's it. I don't think this would ever be like one of my favorite ones. It doesn't seem like very interesting as compared to the million and billion other Worms games out there. So yeah, whatever. That's that. I have 4 games though that I'm playing right now that are much more interesting.
Much more interesting.
Yeah, one of them being Old School Rally, which I don't remember if I talked about this before. I don't think so. This is a brand new release. I mean, it was in early access for I think a couple of years, and it got its final actual release in December of 2025. And this is, I think, this was hotly anticipated by a lot of like retro racing game fans because this is a extremely clear and very passionate nod to the rally games of like the PS1 era, and like it really portrays that visual style in all of its glory while still having very much modern, fluent like car control, car feel, and that's just a really really fun combination. You get that pixelated vibe with the visuals, but you get like actually really satisfying racing with it. I think Abatage actually pointed this out to me. I think Colin McRae's uh, rally games, I think that's what they are called, are like the most prominent, most direct inspiration for this, and it really, really feels like one of those kind of games, just with a modern touch. I freaked out when I booted this up for the first time, and like the epic intro video, like straight up, the first car that you see is a Subaru Impreza, which is like one of the very, very few cars I recognize in video games because that was my freaking goat in original Gran Turismo when I played that. So I was super hyped to get into this game with that beauty of a pixelated vehicle, and I've been going through this game, and it's like cups, it's campaigns, it's races. Sometimes having a little podcast on the side. The racing games are always like perfect podcast games, and this one is no exception. Just clearly made by a passionate individual, one of those indie games where you know it's a person with a vision, and they really just worked on it without taking any butts. Yeah, I don't know. It actually, you know, fulfills its hype, so to say. Like I was hyped for this, and it honestly like delivers on that so far. Good ass racing game. Another hyped new release is Skate Story, which I think this one made much bigger like waves. I wanna say this one is something that I think was first announced 2 years ago, whatever, at some Summer Games Fest, I believe. A very visually distinct skating game that I think struck a nerve with a lot of people in a good way. Skater gamers really were excited for this. I was excited for this for all those years. For a while, it was like a question if it would even ever release because there was so much quietness, I believe. And to be honest, I went into this fully expecting this to not stand to its hype, stand to the anticipation, and be just like an overly designed aesthetic fluff piece with nothing behind it. But I only put an hour into this yet. I'm already convinced this is one of the most innovative and most polished skating games there have ever been, with genuinely very satisfying skating physics where there's like an actual weight to the thing. Like it actually feels like rolling over concrete in a way more than in most other skating games that I've played. The control schemes actually like have you pull specific like button combinations to do your foot movements for different tricks and whatnot. It's not Tony Hawk's Pro Skater style where you just press a button and a direction and it just does the thing or whatever. There's like actually a bit of thinking and skill involved. Really interesting little mechanics in how you control the board. The aesthetic is fucking crazy. Everything is like super shiny, like glass splinter characters, and you are weird, like a weird abstraction of a person trying to get through the different layers of hell because you really want to eat the moon and shit like that. Like that is your motivation, and you meet a bunch of like weird, like different otherworldly entities on your way and whatever. And like it has boss fights, but the boss fights is you pulling up good ass tricks and like combos and whatnot. It's just insanely cool and so original in so many ways. And I think, especially in the skating genre, I don't think we have seen such actual like creativity and innovation in a long fucking time. So this is like probably one of the coolest games that has come out in a while. It's so fucking dope. I'm excited to actually get through the rest of this. Yeah. Also, probably the most philosophically touched skating game that exists. There's a lot of that sort of thing in there.
I mean, it is Skate Story
Anyway,
after all.
It is Skate Story after all. What would skating be without the existentialism?
Right?
And the kickflips. You gotta love existentialism and kickflips. Yeah. Goes together like peanut butter and jam. Anyway, dope as heck game. Another dope as heck game that I'm playing, but this one is a bit older, is called Rogue Book, which is a roguelite deck building game that I found out about because this is designed by our Lord and Savior Richard Garfield, the creator of Magic the Gathering. And I was like that dude, like, yeah, he invented like the trading card game of all time that like worked as the blueprint of any other trading card game that came after it, pretty much. So he is truly like the grandfather of that whole thing, and he genuinely invented a great game with that. But like that was a long time ago, and I was really curious if this guy still had like some juice left in like the modern days. And so I picked this one up, not really expecting to be blown away or anything. But this actually had so many cool original mechanics that I haven't seen in other deck building games that I'm like, I got really excited about digging into this and giving this a lot of like time to experiment with all of these things. It is a roguelite, which is not usually a game that I care to play, and I have still not made a full run. But you know, because it's a light with a T, you get those permanent upgrades that you get after like each run slowly. So eventually I'm gonna be pumped up enough to get through the whole thing. And like it's a deck building game where you have different characters that you play, and each character comes with a different set of cards. There's a mechanic where you can upgrade cards with like specific power up gems that do different things. So, but that is a thing that I like. It's a thing that I loved in Inscription as well, where you could actually not just pull cards and add to your deck, but actually change existing cards and their effects and whatever. That adds a lot of like really fun experimentation. And it's like just like it truly is the Magic the Gathering grandfather like doing some modern magic. It's really really fun. This is my Balatro right now. When Balatro won the game of the month, I was like immediately, nah, I already got my deck building roguelite shit set up for myself. I'm good. Thanks, but no thanks. Really excited to put more time into this, and I already put a bunch of hours into this. And the final game that I'm playing right now is the current co-op game that my friend and I are playing. And this one is pretty epic. It's called Bun House, and you control little bunnies growing cute little plants and like building you a little greenhouse and whatever, and that's it. It's like it feels like the epitome of some cozy game tropes in a way. And it's probably not even like that great compared to other like gardening games or whatever. It's probably fairly basic if you compare it. I think it's a pretty small, I mean, it's an indie release for sure, and it's a pretty small, slightly janky one that just exists. But like we have fun just messing around in it, just getting those plants, dog, just unlocking them all, getting that moolah, that bunny moolah. It also has a fishing mini game, which is just simple as fuck but cute. I think that goes for the whole game.
How does fishing work when you're a bunny?
I don't know, you get on a boat and you put your fucking fishing rod in the water. They just do it, dog.
Oh, okay.
They just do it.
There's nothing much
Apparently
to it.
You also do yoga in this game from the screenshot I'm looking
You can, yeah, you can buy a yoga mat.
Why not?
And then
why not bunny yoga?
And then put your bunny on it, and then like with the press of a button, it like cycles through different animations. And like we actually had like a minutes long laughing fit looking at those janky ass like animations. It's so fucking hilarious, this goddamn game.
Oh, it's in the trailer, yeah.
It's really stupid. It's like truly the kind of game that doesn't actually like have any like mechanical magic going on or whatever. It's pretty basic, but it's just cozy enough to hang out in with somebody and just like have fun with like the nonsense that is in front of you, the little cute rabbits growing pretty flowers. What else do you need if you're a hardcore gamer, really? So that's really what we're doing there. I don't think it has a concrete ending. We're kind of like just aiming for unlocking every plant in the game. And I actually think there's only like a handful left out of 42. So we're pretty close to getting that done. And yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Bunnies. Bunnies, worms, and wasps.
Yeah, I do like them animals. That is how I be. Now, with that out of the way, let us actually move into the discussion topic, the timely one, as we are going to talk about the recent Itchmas spectacular of December 2025. Again, for those who are somehow new to this, Itchmas is an event that is held on the How Long to Beat forums where we all gather together to nominate some free games on the indie game platform itch.io and then vote on whatever we like out of that pool. And in the first 12 days of December, the most popular 12 games during that voting session gonna get revealed one by one for each of us to check out and discuss. So there's 12 games here. 28 were nominated in total, and the games were revealed from like the lowest vote amount to the highest. And we're gonna go into them by chronological order. See what we've played and what we didn't. On day one, we got a game called Dweller's Empty Path, developed by a user called Tammy. This was nominated by our very own Frozen Roy. And now I'm gonna put you on the spot and ask you immediately, did you play this?
Unfortunately, this is one of the ones I didn't play. I meant to, but the problem is my time got kind of crunched more than I wanted to in the time I was going to play it. I ended up playing a lot of the shorter itch games instead, so that for this episode I didn't have like just one game. I have like 6 to talk about. I suspect, hey, another next episode preview. I suspect this one will be being next week by me, but
we promise we will play games for the next time.
Don't
I
leave,
swear.
guys. We're gonna play video games.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't this a sequel to something that we had in a previous Itchmas game?
Yes.
Or am I mistaken?
I believe Empty Chasm.
Yeah.
Chasm. My brain could not pronounce the word just then.
I didn't play this either. Didn't get to this, but I also wasn't like super interested in this. The first game that we had in a previous Itchmas kind of was a bit of a letdown for me at the time, so I don't really have much anticipation for this one either. Leah, did you play this one?
I did. I didn't play the one that came before it, but on the page they said that this is kind of just like a walking simulator, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna focus on seeing all over this map or whatever, since they said that like there's no real like destination or goal in it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go around, talk to every single animal, person, thing around. Got like lost a few times, being like, which screen am I on? Where am I going? And that was that. Like, there's not much to this game to begin with, but it's a cool little like the graphics to this are very like old school Zelda like, so it was kind of a nice little throwback for me to walk around and play.
Did you get to any sort of ending?
No. I just talked to everyone and that was it. So
don't you just go back to bed for the ending?
Yeah, it's just like just go around and then okay, that's it.
Sometimes that's all you need, really.
Yeah. It kind of reminded, we've had a few games like this before where it was kind of just you walk around and maybe there's something that's supposed to happen, but it was very also like Turnip Boy without the actual quest. Just walk around, talk to people, the end.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like the page for it does mention that it is around 1 to 2 hours long, which kind of suggests like there's an ending. I don't know.
I mean, it takes about that long to walk around, so.
Right.
It's a very strange.
There is an ending. You can just trigger it at any moment, basically.
Oh.
Oh, I love that.
Like, because it says on the itch page. Like, as far as I know, on the itch page, it says that you can just go to bed and then it'll trigger the ending.
Oh.
That's my favorite video game ending, just going to bed.
I guess I did see the ending.
There you go.
A reverse Zelda.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like I'm not really missing much here, though. I'm probably not gonna go back to clean this one up. Or like give it a try afterwards. Day 2, this one. I'm curious if anybody played it. Day 2, we got Kentsu Shadow and Light by a developer or user called Lambda Forge. This was nominated by Let's Talk About Dune. And this one is a demo in development still, which has plans to be a full hour-long release on Steam at some point in the future. Like, this is an early access of a demo. Like, that's how deep this goes. And I think it's supposed to become a 2D Metroidvania at some point.
Here's the problem with this game and why I didn't play it. Because you're going to laugh at this. I didn't play it because I misread the early access note and I thought this was a 10-hour itch game. I didn't realize it was a 1 hour slice of it. I was like, oh, I don't have 10 hours to play this right now. Otherwise, I probably would have.
Yeah, I also for some reason thought it was 10 hours somewhere. And then I was like, oh no, this is shorter than I thought.
It says the early access will be 8 to 10 hours, and I just figured that it would be the early access.
Yeah.
But no, like Matt said, it's the demo of the early access.
Sort of. I mean, okay, no, the full game is supposed to be 8 to 10 hours, and the itch version is supposed to be like the half of that. But right now it's only 1 hour, as it's going to still be built upon. So yeah, either way,
the confusion.
I was not like super. Yeah, but like I was not super interested in this anyway. Like it looks kind of neat visually, but I'm also not like a big Metroidvania type. And I don't know, I feel like I would have preferred to wait for this to be at least the itch version being like as done as they wanted to be at some point. So I didn't play this either, is what I'm saying.
That's right. The innovative commentary that you hope to hear, we didn't bother.
I promise there's games that we did play.
Well, the next one I know at least one of us played, which is Egg
for sure.
by Terry Kavanaugh, which was nominated by Cafrel. I didn't play this. Almost all the ones I played are in the second half. So because of this, the start is really bad for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm the one that played it.
Kenzu or Egg?
Egg. No, I played Egg. I didn't play Kenzu.
Oh, I played Egg too.
Yo,
so we got two eggs in the crowd here.
Only 10 more to go.
Yeah. Fucking hell. I actually want to thank Cafrel for nominating this because I never heard of this before, but it fucking rules. I actually genuinely love this one. To explain what this is a exploration-based platformer in a 3D environment where you control one egg at a time, trying to find a nest for it. And it has a very specific jumping mechanic that you just have to master to go around the place. It's a simple mechanic, fresh enough to be original, and I actually really, really liked the difficulty level throughout. Super fucking fun game. Leah, did you think the same?
It was enjoyable. I played up to like the first elevator or whatever. And I was like, I don't know what else there is to do. So I kind of just left it there for a while. And then when I came back to it, I got up to like that water area. And that's where I left off. But
yeah, that's the worst area.
Yeah. But it is enjoyable, and I also very much enjoyed the sound effect of when you're jumping. That was my favorite part of this game. So, but yeah, it's very much like a PS1 era graphics where it's just not much to do, but it's curious enough that you actually want to explore. So that was a nice little gem of an Itchmas game.
Yeah, this was exactly what I kind of want from these things.
Yeah.
Dope shit. And despite like the jokey, quirky idea, it wasn't like a throwaway development. It seemed very polished and like with like actual like passion, ambition made. So this was dope. I highly recommend checking this one out. Egg by Terry Kavanagh. Moving us on to day 4, which is a game called Dreader by a developer named Donitz. This was nominated by yours truly, the cockroach currently talking, me. And this one I already played beforehand, and I just wanted more people to see this because I thought this was really neat. Earlier in the year, I was kind of doing like a nostalgic rabbit hole, like exploring the ancient early internet phenomenon of the scary maze game, which for those that don't remember or don't know, was like a screamer application to prank your friends, disguised as a mouse-controlled maze game that just like put a jump scare in your face. And Dreader kind of like played with that concept and made it an actual game without any jump scares, but kind of like had a bit of a spooky story around it as you play this like mouse-controlled maze game with some I find pretty clever ways to actually make it interesting and fresh throughout. I wonder. I mean, did you two play this thing?
I played it.
I didn't because, unlike the other ones where I think I will go to them, this one didn't really interest me much personally. This one I could play just because it's like 5 minutes, but unlike most of the ones I skipped, this one, the other ones were due to time. This one just didn't interest me much.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I played this. Well, I saw your stream on it, or your stream, or your VOD.
Oh yeah.
And it looked cool then, and it was on my list to play anyway. So when it was on Itchmas, I was like, all right, I guess I'm doing it right now. And it was good. There were certain parts of it that reminded me of Pony Island. But also it was actually very enjoyable. I think out of all the Scary Maze ones that you were playing, this one actually has like legs for people to actually enjoy it. So
yeah, it definitely actually has proper gameplay, and it's not just bullshit. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think the bar is generally very low with the Scary Maze game, so this one, like flew through the roof. Yeah. Speaking of a low bar, the next game, I think disappointed everybody. Day 5 had a thing called Play Mario by some developer named DH Croasdale. This was also nominated by me. This is a little weird experimental thing that I found through a game in a previous Itchmas. I think it was Itchmas in July or whatever, where we had a sort of interactive essay about the state of the internet and whatever, and was talking about mashup culture and whatnot. And at some point, somewhere down there was a list of examples of that, which included this thing, Play Mario. So I thought it might be interesting to nominate. Boils down to a fucking interactive text adventure in a weird way that just has a jokey kind of shitposty way to play through a Mario game. It's just a weird little thing, and I don't think anybody liked it. I kind of had a chuckle with it, but I think I might be the only one.
No,
I love fucking way. Everybody hated this. This is good to hear.
It's so stupid, but that's why it's so fun. Like,
yeah,
it has like some like Newgrounds vibes to it. That it was just like, this is definitely something that you would find at like 3 a.m. and like, what the hell did I play last night? But like,
for sure,
you're like, I don't know how that considered a game, but I played it and it was great. So yeah, all the broken images and everything, like freaking opening other tabs and shit. I was like, this is great. I love this. So that's the weird internet shit that I love to see. So
yeah.
So I also did play this one.
Yeah.
I can't say I had really the same opinion. I mean, like,
yeah.
First off, whenever I kept moving Mario in this game, it kept glitching and would move would snap him back to where he started. So obviously you don't actually need to move Mario to do anything, but I did try to move him to do stuff. But like, I don't know. I feel like when it comes to the Newgrounds stuff, I feel like most Newgrounds games I played, even the jokey ones, had more to them. And this game just kind of felt, not many of the jokes were really funny or interesting, I guess. I did like having a skateboard, I suppose, but
that was pretty epic, yeah.
honestly, the way I felt about this game when I finished is I looked at it, I was thinking to myself, why does this exist?
Because it
It's
can.
hard, dog. You don't understand. You don't get it.
I mean, it definitely can. No one can take away from Play Mario. It is able to exist. It is one of the games of all time, if only technically.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth? Preach.
But no, in my
God
opinion,
damn.
of the itch games I played, this was the worst one. Although I will say I would say it was the worst one for me, but it had more I could see people enjoy than Celestial Correspondence, is how I'd put it.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert. Yeah, we're gonna get to that one.
At the very end.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah,
way
I
to
mean, I'm
finish.
not surprised that Play Mario didn't like, hit with people. That's fine. It's weird. It's stupid. It's barely anything.
I think also like
Unlike
the part with the Gun Mario LP to me.
Yeah.
I had already seen Alpharad do a full playthrough of Gun Mario and enjoyed it. So for me, it was like, oh, that's just like, sure, okay.
I think more games should just eventually link you to a YouTube video of a weird playthrough of a game.
That'd be funny.
I think it should happen more often.
That's
It's
what I
pretty
want out of
epic.
my games.
I will give
Yeah.
Play Mario one thing actually before we go. I think the
Oh boy.
concept of a game where you can lie about what you did in like previous levels
Yeah.
and it like retroactively can change or whatever could be interesting. I think that's
And
like a theoretical thing that could be fun.
I mean, is that not just cheats?
Is that what?
Is that not just cheats
I mean, I
in a
guess.
game or like a level select?
No. I was thinking
Cheat?
more like an actual story thing.
Oh,
Like
okay.
not just like a cheat. Like it's
Yeah.
intentional.
A sort of meta narrative about going through different states of a
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
game
would
yeah,
be cool.
in a
exactly.
non-linear style. Yeah. I
Yeah.
could see
Yeah.
that for sure. Well, this ain't it. Maybe
No.
someday. The next game
Until
on
next
the
time.
list, though, the next game on the list, though, is like a proper video game. Thank God. On day 6, we got a game called Pack, developed by Plasma Starfish, nominated by R2D2 1999. And this one, I felt was a sequel to a game we had also in a previous Itchmas game, where you had to just
Oh, yeah.
peg objects in things and make them fit. A little
Containers.
puzzle game, basically. Yeah. And I actually really enjoyed this one. It had a very, very like polished presentation, I want to say, and it had a little additional mechanic where different containers could hold different things in a sort of nesting way, and you could like actually, that adds a nice dimension to these puzzle games that I actually really appreciated. I had a good time with this, even though I feel like at this point this is a proper subgenre that exists, and I don't usually care for them, but playing it this way through Itchmas was actually a really nice time. Did you two play this?
Yeah, I played it and I love this.
I also
Yeah.
played it. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah, there we go. That's good enough.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, it feels like a very basic version of one of those little packing puzzler kind of games. I thought the concept of having things you can open and arrange as like little mini packing ones, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the solutions were too easy. Is what I would say. Like the last level pretty much plays itself. Is how I would put it. As long as you just open everything
Yeah.
and put everything where it's supposed to go, kind of thing.
It's kind of funny. In the last level, I didn't realize one of the containers was openable, and I like tried to make it fit for so long. I felt so stupid when I finally found like the missing container, basically.
I just hovered over everything and opened everything that said it could open.
Yeah, that's the smart way to do it. Yeah. Yeah, that last
I don't know
level
why.
definitely had a freaking. Where I was like, I love this game. I love this game. Why can I not figure out this fucking level? And then I was like, oh,
this
I got
is
it now.
broken.
Everything's fine
this is
again.
impossible. Yeah. Yeah, that was good stuff. I probably wouldn't care about this if this was longer or whatever, but it like as a short thing, it was like all right, like perfect for me.
Yeah, I could easily play that for like 3 or 4 hours.
And it was a nice contrast to. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm curious about the other game that they're building instead of this, because that is also a deck building roguelite.
True. Yeah, the developer is working on Moon Sigil something, which is actually gonna be a Steam release, and is also gonna have a little bit of that like tile matching, tile sorting thing in a grander scheme. Yeah, that actually looks pretty interesting. I'm down to have that on my radar as well. Yeah, true. So there you go. Itchmas might have gotten this developer some potential customers.
Ooh, might have.
The next game is a bit of a reverse of that, for me at least. On day 7, we got a game called Franzen by a developer named Scumhead. This was nominated by no one, the user no one. And for me, Scumhead is a developer I'm familiar with. I've played other games from them, including paid games, which they have a really, really cool, specific aesthetic and like pretty unique worlds they build. Franzen is like a full, I think, 5-hour-long thing. Like it's a full game. And it was already on my backlog before this. And I still want to play it. I didn't get to it for this Itchmas though. It was a bit too long to fit in my very busy holiday vacation schedule.
Yeah.
But I'm certain it's gonna be quality. Did any of you two get to this or even care to?
I really wanted to play this one. Problem is, I ran the same thing you did. It was one of the longer Itchmas games, and I just struggled to fit it into my schedule for kind of this little 2-week period. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
this is another one I'm probably gonna play it, but I just didn't finish it in time for the episode.
Yeah, for me, I just got stuck on the first screen and I could not advance. So
what the hell?
I tried it.
I tried like 3 times because I was like, oh, maybe like it's just a bug. Quit, restarted it, same thing, and I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, after seeing the introduction like 4 different times, I was like, I'm pretty much done with this game. I'm not gonna continue because I just couldn't figure out how to. Or not that I couldn't figure it out. I tried everything possible to get out of that screen and I still couldn't. So I don't know what was going on.
Strange.
That download. But so yeah, that was my experience.
Well, that sucks.
That does suck.
But it also doesn't seem like the kind of game that I would enjoy, being that it looks very Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, true. They are selling another game for I think $10 called Vomitorium, which is a Doom-inspired Metroidvania. And that one fucking rules. Really interesting world to explore, and also short runtime. So I'm good with it. This person has really, really interesting style, is what I'm gonna say. It's cool.
Yeah,
cool stuff.
That's true.
And actually, so is gonna be the next one. There's some very interesting style here as well. I think even more front and center, I believe. On day 8, we got Guard Type, made by Lumpy and QK Josh, again nominated by ours truly, Frozen Roy over here.
That's right.
Guard Type being a mashup of the Cosmic Horror Garfield parodies by the artist Lumpy Touch mixed with R-type shmup stuff. And I was familiar with Lumpy Touch beforehand. I used to follow them on social media before Twitter went to shit. And they do some quality like quirky horror stuff, and their cosmic horror Garfield nonsense was probably the most popular thing they ever did. So when they eventually hit up this developer to make this shmup game, I already had this on my radar before this Itchmas. And I did give it a try as well. I was, even with knowing where this came from, impressed with the actual quality. The presentation is like so good. The whole pixel graphics by this very skilled artist is so well implemented into this actual game. But it also has a great soundtrack. It also has really, really like smooth gameplay with a mouse controlled shmup too, which is not something I see too much. But I have to say, this was too tough for me, and also a bit too punishing with its life system, that I didn't actually manage to beat the whole thing. I still hugely respect this though, and would actively recommend this to people. You too, have you played this? Especially Roy, since you
Yes.
nominated this
I
one.
didn't play for Itchmas, but I played it and beat it before I nominated
Okay.
it. I already had beaten it.
Hell yeah.
In fact, I talked about it in an earlier episode of the podcast.
Oh yeah, probably yeah.
I played this alongside a friend who did not finish it, but I finished it and beat it. I mean, there's difficulty to this game. I didn't think it was that hard, but like, obviously it's not super easy or anything either. I feel like, if you just put your mind to it, it's not going to take that long to really beat it, kind of thing. I forget exactly how fast I beat it. I'd have to check. But I felt like this is one of the best 1 hour 45 minutes. There we go. I think this is one of the best itch games I've ever played in general. It's not like, oh my god, such an amazing game of all time kind of thing, but it is quite good.
Yeah.
Lumpy Touch, the artwork on this game is just amazing. There's a lot of creative visuals. It is extremely well done sprite work. It is.
Oh yeah.
It's really good. Cosmic Horror Garfield going full out right here.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite things about this game is that I feel like the problem I have with a lot of games like this is that they play it up too self-aware, is how I'd put it. You know what I mean? And then it just feels like you're just kind of playing a shallow joke. Gar-type knows it's ridiculous, but unless you do certain things, it actually plays itself very straight and just lets the ridiculousness of playing like John Starbuckle with the spaghetti shot be the humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally.
And I thought that was really good. I thought that was a very good way to handle it. I would say the biggest downsides, I believe Knob said this in the chat. Someone else may have, but I agree with it completely. There's not enough feedback when you get hit. And it can sometimes be very difficult to understand you even got hit. And that was by far my biggest issue with the game. I think just a little bit of a shake when you got hit would go a long way for this game. Probably the other issue I had is, as great as this game looks, there were a few times I took damage because the color schemes or the intricacies of it made it difficult to tell if something was like just background or if it would damage me, especially in the first level. I think those were the two biggest issues that held this game from being higher to me and why it's not like the best Itchmas game I've played. But this is really good. I recommend it to pretty much anyone. I do also think it was maybe a bit awkward having full mouse-only controls, but to be fair with the control scheme, it would be difficult to have a lot of other control schemes, I think.
I played some of it. I'm not the one in my family that enjoys these type of. I mean, I'll play them, but this is more a game that my mom would enjoy. So, I played it enough to be like, oh, I should probably get my mom to play something like this and see if she can get further than I can, because I'm not good with these sort of like very. I feel like it was like too many objects in the way, where like learning to navigate the ship at first. Usually in these type of games, like they give you like this very empty space, and you can like figure out, oh, what are all the. And this one was like immediately like, here's an object, people are shooting at you, but I was like, hold on, I need to figure out what the hell I'm doing first. So yeah, it was, but I did enjoy, like Roy said, the humor of it. Because yeah, it could have easily just been like a throwaway joke of a game, but like the art was really well made, and also I like the music to it and just like the sound effects.
Yeah, the soundtrack
Another
was
thing.
surprisingly good.
Yes, definitely. Oh, I just remember the one thing I thought was weird about this game is the fact that the hardest level is the first one.
Really?
I died by far the most in the first level than any of the other ones.
That's what I attributed to my death so much, because I was like, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to be doing first. And I was just like, I'm dying way too often. And then when I came back to it later, I was like, all right, let me give this a better go now, knowing how to pilot a little bit more. And I was able to get a lot further after that.
Yeah.
I got to level 3, and it took me a while to like get consistently through that level, but I kept fucking up at the boss fight, and at some point, because it is a life system and you get put back to the beginning of a level, I eventually just like had enough. I could see myself going back to this another day, but it was enough for that day.
I'd try it again sometime, because one thing is that even when you go back to the start of the levels are all pretty short. So you can definitely kind of just, even if you keep dying, keep going without like losing too much time.
I wanna specifically point out though that the pasta-based power-up system was freaking dope. Being able to choose between macaroni, spaghetti, and ravioli, it's very.
Sloppy has a lot of Garfield-based games too, which is
great.
because
he's known for like the horror Garfield artwork.
Yeah,
that's how they get popular for sure. Yeah,
I had a Garfield phase when I was younger, so I appreciate that also.
I mean, I remember watching Garfield and Friends.
I only watched the real life versions.
Yeah, no, I had like the trade paperbacks of like all the comics or whatever, and I knew like different arcs and stuff. So
I mean, it's a solid series, all things considered, I think.
Yeah.
And then you get to like Garfield without Garfield.
Yes.
See, yeah, okay, that one I can vibe with more. Yeah, the things people have done to this poor cat. It's wild. But yeah, I want to also agree. God Type is probably in terms of polish and quality, easily one of the best games I've seen on itch.io, especially when it comes to free games. Easily up there. What's also up there is the next game, one of my faves here on this list. On day 9, we got Hatsune Miku Bomb Squad, which we have already mentioned plenty of times previously. Developed by a user named Birdle. This was nominated by Green Starfish, but yeah, both Roy and I have already talked about this game in previous episodes. To reiterate, I think this is a fantastic puzzle game. Great idea, good execution. And everybody should play this. So we know Roy is actively playing it right now.
No, I'm not, because I've seen it.
You finally through. Thank God, after all these years.
I have seen it.
Yeah, I played it. I sort of played it after Matt streamed, or after his VOD that I watched. And then but then when it was on Itchmas, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna remember enough of the solutions to like just cheat my way through after watching your playthrough. But luckily my memory is shit, so I was able to just play it on my own without remembering anything whatsoever. So yeah, I just finished it earlier today, actually. So it was kind of fun. Probably for as long as I've loved Hatsune Miku, I think this may be the first game of hers that I've actually played. So that's nice to have on my off of my backlog, I guess.
It's a fitting way to end the year where Matt got into Hatsune Miku, really. The year of Miku for this podcast.
I don't like this narrative. I have listened to plenty of Miku songs growing up. I just didn't go into the
You
expanded
played like
universe.
5 Miku games this year. I think it's fair to say you got more in it. How's that?
It's a next level. It's not my entrance, is what I wanna. Yeah.
Alright, that's fair. You leveled up. You leveled up your Miku.
Heck yeah. I leveled up my Miku shit. Oh my god.
But so last time when I talked about this, I had gone through the tutorial, enjoyed it, but I played it really late at night. Was too tired to continue, and then it was eternally on my gotta finish this. So you know, this was the game before the podcast, and as you heard during the podcast to an extent, I really wanted to finish. I actually started the whole game over because I wanted to make sure I remembered all the mechanics. Unless I'm forgetting something, this is, in my opinion, the best Itchmas game I've played. I really enjoyed it. It's like certainly a simple puzzler, but it's still challenging enough that I had to think at multiple points. Level 23 really got me into a twist for probably about 20 minutes at least, until I realized I was just kind of reversing one or two things in my head. But I like this game in a lot of ways because, like I said, it's simple yet challenging enough puzzler. The artwork is quite good and the vibe as well. I feel like one thing I enjoy about this game is that while the runtime doesn't feel like an authentic Game Boy game in that regard, I think most like Game Boy puzzlers would go for longer. The visuals and style and polish feels like it would be a Game Boy game. It feels like this is a Game Boy Color, I guess. And I think that's something a lot of these games that go for the aesthetic don't quite hit. Is that kind of sense of realisticness. The chiptune Miku music was nice. It honestly feels like this game could be expanded where like multiple more like levels and stuff. And I would definitely keep playing it. You know? Like if there was a 25 level pack and eventually they add in a third color and a third symbol or fourth color and fourth symbol, I mean. Like, yeah, I'd play that.
Same.
It's just really good. And I was really glad that this won its nomination because I was really excited for it. And I'm really glad that I did focus down and finish it.
Finally, after so many episodes, I'm very proud of you. Well, moving on, we are getting into the final 3 days, which is the 3 games that got the most votes during the voting period. All of these tying with the same amount. On day 10, we got Mandagon, developed by Blind Sky Studios, nominated by R2D2 1999. I believe this was a 2D platformer. I haven't actually played this myself. Interesting about this one is that it was very much heavily inspired by focusing on Tibetan theology and philosophy, which actually made this interesting to me that I wanted to give this a shot, but it's one of the ones that I didn't manage to put in my schedule or whatever. Did you two get to this or care to?
Wanted to get to it. If I had had enough time earlier today, it was the other one I was going to play. Didn't quite get to it. Like, short, fun platformer, that's kind of my jam. Probably will get to it another time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it. I didn't finish it. That's because I was struggling to get across the map, and at one point, like, it's kind of like this huge map thing, and I just forgot which way I was going, and I just jumped into the air and landed back at the beginning, and I was like, "No, I'm not doing that." Quit there. I was like, whatever. But the art and like you said, like the philosophy and inspiration is gorgeous in this game. And there's a lot of cute little mechanics to get you to move around. Like they have elevators and like you go through water and waterfalls and there's a lot of it kind of feels like sheepy in that sense, where like there's a lot of stuff that you're like interacting with in the world to be like, how am I supposed to get over there? I can't figure this out. And then it's like, oh, you got to do this, do that, and get through. So like, I'm a little more curious to come back to this later and see what the full experience is like. But yeah, I was just so frustrated during the Christmas season to like just watch me fall all the way back to the beginning, and I was like, I'm done. Like this anymore. But it is something I want to come back to in the future.
Yeah, I think there's a very good chance for me to pick this one up. Way after Itchmas as well. It seems really cool. Unfortunately, not in time for this episode. So we're gonna move on to day number 11, which is a game called It's Paper Guy by the Paper Team, as again nominated by R2D2 I think he was the only user that got all 3 nominations actually, voted into the final games. So congrats to him. It's Paper Guy was developed by a group of actual students, so it's gonna be quality to some degree. I think like it usually means that there's some ambition and a bit of like a more grander, like, I don't know, presentation or whatever. It's Paper Guy is a bit of a light puzzle game where you go around a Paper Mario style world, cutting different objects in this paper world to further the story. It's cute, it's fun, it's pretty clever, it's not very challenging, it's very short. I had a decent time with this. How about you two?
I played it, finished it. It was enjoyable. Cute, very cute art style, cozy kind of game. It's like a short, simple time. I felt like the mechanics definitely didn't get explored in any meaningful way, basically.
Yeah, sure.
I would have liked at least maybe just like one challenge where you have to cut maybe something like cut one thing without cutting another thing if you want to get like a thing or whatever. But the right result was pretty much always just cut everything.
Yeah.
It's cute. I did mess up. I didn't get the dog to the end because I didn't think to go back for him when I cut the no dog sign. So that was unfortunate. I'll also say that the way the dialogue was presented in this game, where after you cut someone's dialogue, it's just replaced with an exclamation point, kept making me think that I was supposed to interact with them in some way. So I was just like pressing buttons. I'm like, is there an interact button? But it was a solid, cute enough time for the like 15 or 20 minutes I played it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also played it. It has like Little Big Planet / Scribblenaught vibes for me. I also enjoyed. Like,
yeah,
I can.
There's like there's not much precision, but I appreciated that because I was just cutting everything. I was just going full chaos on everything and just being like, I don't even know what you just said, but it's gone now because I ripped it in pieces. So I'm pretty sure I got the dog to the end, but I didn't even realize that was a goal. I think I just was like, I'm going to follow. This dog is following me everywhere. So, but yeah, that was another. I love these Itchmases for that specific reason, for like how broad of a spectrum in games that there are. Like we have like Hey Mario, which is like completely broken, like little piece of crap. But fun to play. And then there's like this one where it's just like very, very aesthetically pleasing and like adorable and like could be a full game if they wanted to, and or like we have like little jokey ones like Guard Type or the Hatsune Miku Bomb Squad. And it's just like, it's so nice to like play the whole spectrum of games so quickly after one another. And it's just like the super appreciation of of what games can be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I don't even know if this was one of my favorites. I know I liked Egg and I know I liked Play Mario for wildly different reasons than I liked this one. So it's so interesting
Yeah.
that I'm like, "Oh yeah, this was my favorite." And I'm like, "Well, I can't even compare the ones that are my favorites in this anyway because they're so wildly different."
I'm looking at my footage now. Like, apparently, I did get the dog to the end as well, but I don't even know what you are talking about with like that being an option. I didn't even think about that. Like, not getting the dog to the end.
Because don't you have to go back for it?
I don't. I'm trying. I'm looking at my footage, trying to
There was
figure out
one
what.
there was a part where he got stopped by that sign and you're able to like just cut the sign and just keep going. But
Yeah,
after
I don't
that, I
think he
don't
ever
remember the
followed me in
game.
the first place.
Yeah.
that's weird.
I guess I'm gonna have to play again and find out.
I don't know. The dog didn't strike me as anything of a choice. It just was there
It was
as
there.
part of the adventure. Yeah.
It was my personal goal to make sure that it followed me as much as I could let it, but I don't know that was a specific thing in the game.
Curious. Well, that's Paper Guy and Paper Dog, I guess. Which is finally bringing us to the most anticipated final game.
Yeah,
To
definitely.
day 12 brought us Celestial Correspondence, which was developed by a couple people, namely Lina Wu, Zakei, and Destiny Fate. This was nominated by Knelp. And this was basically a desk job in heaven where you answered or ignored different emails in a point and click way. And I played this. The aesthetic is kind of interesting. It has a specific vibe. And I guess the idea is funny at first, but I played this. I could not really figure out what the hell how they wanted me to treat certain emails. It seemed very unclear, and I didn't really figure out a proper flow of what to do. And also, it felt too much like parts of my real job, so I did really not dig the vibe. And I'm actually really happy to hear that apparently, like, a lot of people felt similarly to that first part, and I'm not like an outlier that didn't understand something maybe very obvious. This was not a big hit with people from what I've seen. You two, what are your thoughts? Have you tried this?
I played it bad. Like the style of gameplay reminded me of Hypnospace Outlaw, which is a great game. But
Right.
no. The one thing I'll give this game, it is a 0.1 alpha build. So like no shit, it's rough.
Sure.
But the gameplay was pretty much completely insubstantial. The flavor was okay, but not that much. The music could not be turned down because the options menu is not coded in. So it will blast the hell out of your ears if you don't turn your volume down because it was super loud. The gameplay, like, once you play it for a few moments, you get it. But
Didn't.
there's just I mean, it's pretty much
It's so
just
little.
delete spam emails and forward the other emails to the person it says to forward to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As far as I
A
can
lot
tell,
of the
you should never
times,
reply. But
that's
that's about it.
I wish
There's just not much here.
Real email stuff would be like that. Never reply.
That's how I treat my emails.
I wish I could do that
Yeah.
at work.
I played this a while ago, but it's been long enough that I was like, "Oh, let me try this again." I think I had this from some bundle or I had found it on Itch alone, when I was looking for, like, games about, like, meta computer experiences. But didn't understand it then, still don't understand it now. So basically, yeah, tried as much as possible, and I think I got the bad ending like 4 times. And then I was like, "Okay, I guess
What do
I
you
don't
mean
know that
bad
there is
ending?
one, but, like, yeah. I don't know that there's a good ending, honestly, but I assume that it exists, but who knows really? I think
it's just a score hunt. Just have a score at the end, and that's what you brag about. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure it has an audience somewhere, but it's not here.
Yeah, clearly. And that is all 12 games for Itchmas. I mean, there were some bangers in there. I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah.
As usually there. I will highly appreciate Egg for All Eternity, and I'm glad Gar-Type and Hatsune Miku Bomb Squad were put in like more people's faces. Let's get into the most exciting segment of this episode, the Untitled Collection game. Which, as we established perfectly last time, is a new game that we have brought in for this year, where we are going to guess games on randomly chosen collections on the How Long to Beat website, made by members of the community. Specifically, we are going to Roy is going to host this one again, as last time there was no winner to take his place here. And is going to pull a random collection list, give us a couple piece of information of that. Then Lee and I go one after the other, making guesses as to what games might be on there. There's a couple power-ups that we can purchase with the points that we have currently on our, scoring board. That gives us a bit of extra information that might help us. But other than that, the winner gets more points. It ends when everybody has 3 wrong guesses, and that is the Untitled Collection game. Let's get into this shit.
I like how you're laughing at your own creation.
Yeah.
All right, I'm hitting the random button. All right, so this is favorites PC high spec 2018 onwards.
Ew, okay. I hate that. So we would have.
Are you gonna once again spend points on a veto?
Well, okay, no. The first.
Oh, and the user is oldies, goldies, goodies.
Oh my god, that's a clash of things. So the first veto of pulling a new list would be.
You're right.
We could both.
You're right.
Do that, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Can you give me the title again, please?
It is favorites in brackets. The favorites is in brackets. PC high spec.
Right.
Then in parentheses 2018 onwards.
Oh my god. Also give us the amount of games on that list. How many are there?
Oh, sorry. It is let me double check to be sure. It looks like 73. 73.
All right.
So
I guess no veto from me. Here. No veto from Leah, it seems. And Leah
there's probably going to be some easy ones on here.
I hope. I don't know. I'm getting scared. Leah has the first guess. So.
You want Leah to go first.
No, that's the rules, dog.
Death Stranding.
Let me see here. All right, Death Stranding is on here, so we've actually scored a point in this game. Matt's fucked now.
Oh. I mean, this is genuinely the type of game that I don't play. It's probably all gonna be like the fancy AAA titles or whatever.
But that means you know what they are, even if you don't play them.
I don't know. That's the stuff.
You just have to know their names.
That's the stuff that I'm always blanking on because they don't actively take up space in my brain. I don't.
Bro, come on, you gotta be able to get something.
Oh,
I already know that unknown.
Okay.
I'm gonna do.
There has to be at least one.
I'm gonna do Modern Warfare 2 again, the new one.
Oh my god! You can't stop Modern Warfare. Alright, once it actually loads, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Okay, no. There is no Modern Warfare.
Fucking god. Dude. I hate COD.
Or Spoken.
Or Spoken.
Oh.
Doesn't look like it right now. No Forspoken.
Damn.
Which makes sense, it's favorites.
I guess.
It was not a very popular game.
God damn it.
I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I might go back to that game and 100% it. So.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean a bunch of other people like it.
There's other weirdos out there. I'm gonna say Final Fantasy VII Remake. Is that the actual title?
Alright, let's see.
Yeah, that's the actual title, yeah.
Unfortunately, no. Final Fantasy VII Remake is not on there.
This is the worst. This is not my fucking world.
Alright. Leah, though.
That came out. What year was that?
You could spend the points on something, I guess.
Yeah, that worked so great last time.
After you've already gotten 2 negatives. Sorry.
Cyberpunk 2017.
Oh my god,
Cyberpunk.
yes, of course.
That's a great choice, and it is on here. That's another
cool.
yes.
Yeah, of
Leah.
course it is.
See what I mean, Matt? Just think about it.
Just think about it.
I don't think about these games ever unless somebody talks to me about them. I don't.
Sure, but just
Matt's going alpha right now.
You gotta be able to have at least some awareness of the broader world.
No. Also, I'm awake for like almost 30 hours. My brain is mush.
Oh, that much.
Excuses.
That's true.
Yeah. What are games? I guess I'll just say
what I said last time. You have one in the bag.
I don't remember what you said. I'm gonna say Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
All right, that is on there.
I don't. Thank
Matt is on the board.
That's on the board, baby.
Oh my god.
All right, Leah again.
Nice back.
She could also take the hint I just gave and probably use it for a point too.
Yeah, but I wasn't listening either.
Okay, fair enough.
That's great.
Can't argue with that one.
Dude, what are video games? I only know Hatches and Worms.
A PC?
Sorry?
That should be PC by now.
He's trying to figure out if it was on PC or not.
Oh.
No, that's not anybody's favorite.
Not anything.
It's on PC. Fuck.
Like, I'm trying to remember like Game Award winners, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
don't.
Come on, some of these are just like if you have like any osmosis of culture with video games, you'll remember some of these.
Yeah.
You would think so, yeah.
And
Like I'm feeling like, damn, I'd crush this one if it came up with me.
Yeah, well,
the thing
you're a
is
big
that
brain
like
gamer.
it's hard for me to remember things that are like for me, all my AAA titles I just get on PlayStation, so I don't have to worry about memory or anything. So I just try to think of all the games that I play on PlayStation because those are probably. But then sometimes there's exclusives on PlayStation that don't come to PC until later. So I'm like, I don't know what's.
I mean, if they come to PC later, then they're on PC.
Yeah.
So
But I don't know if
That is
if they came to
facts.
PC 2018 or later. So,
you could just guess. I think that you know.
Yeah. Red Dead 2.
Doesn't look like Red Dead Redemption 2's on here that I can see. And
Okay.
it doesn't come up in search either.
So we're both at 2 wrong guesses now.
You're both at 2, but Leah's got an extra point.
That's very true. Fuck.
Come on, Pat. Come on.
Oh, I don't know if this is like considered a high spec game or whatever. I'm gonna say Helldivers.
Let's see.
Oh.
Helldivers. No.
Oh my god.
No
damn,
Helldivers.
Well,
How
I'm
do you-
out.
Alright, Leah. You got room.
Get them extra points.
There's a freebie from my hint earlier. Just sitting there.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I think that was the last one.
I was thinking Tomb Raider too.
Unfortunately, it's Shadow of the Tomb Raider that's on
Damn!
there.
Fuck.
How did nobody get fucking Elden Ring? Come on!
Oh, yeah, I don't. I don't think
I wasn't
about
thinking
these
Souls-likes
games.
at all.
My hint
I
was
was,
the emphasis I said
but-
that Final Fantasy VII Remake wasn't on here, because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is on here.
Oh my god! What a sham, dude.
God of War
Oh my
Ragnarok, Ghost of Tsushima, Final
Ragnarok,
Fantasy
fuck!
16. Yeah! Doom
Thinking God of
Eternal,
War, but I forgot Ragnarok existed. Fuck!
Baldur's Gate 3,
Oh,
Resident Evil 4.
I was thinking that,
that's a high spec
but I
game?
didn't. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Is that really a high spec
don't-
game?
I
I didn't
don't
really
see that
clock it as that.
Who's hurting their PC to play Baldur's Gate?
No, here's the thing. This
Right.
is where using the points may have helped. Because
Yeah,
the
I guess.
description says,
Shit.
RTX 280 shall be the benchmark for modern GPUs.
Mm.
So that's what they were using for their high spec.
Yeah. Okay.
That would have put me on to Tomb Raider more as well, the RTX.
Yeah, everything else I was thinking of was like Undertale.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I guess this went better than last time.
it did. There was like Hogwarts Legacies on here too.
Oh yeah, sure.
So Leah wins with 2.
And by winning with 2 gets 3 bonus points, so 5 total.
That's right.
I just get
Oh,
1.
fancy.
And she hosts next time.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. That is indeed correct.
Which means next time what's going to happen is there's going to be some collection that's all about itch games. And I'm going to be like, fuck.
Oh,
And that's
hell
going to
yeah.
get like 10 points and destroy me.
It's gonna be Alpha's wish list.
Alpha's wish list. I don't know if that exists.
Exactly.
He doesn't. Oh my god. Well, let us wrap this catastrophe up. We have talked about plenty of games, and I need to crash out and go to bed. So I wish all of our listeners happy Itchmas. Go out there and find some cool Itchmas itch.io games. It's always a fun time. If you participate in Itchmas, feel free, if you haven't already, participate in the discussions on forum and Discord. One of my favorite things about this community is that. And hope you all get some good, proper sleep. Goodbye.
Later, nerds.
Sleep well in the new year. Bye.